What is up, everybody? We are back in Fishing Planet for the second mission for Halloween. Technically, it's the item 1 mission for the Witch's Broom. And I am still pretty clueless as to what I'm doing. I kind of set up rods to use a size 2 hook. I thought that might be a good starting point. We are using a size 2 hook with the, was it ghost worms? I think that's what you use to catch the Prussian carp. I didn't mean to do that. I don't know what .66LN means, but I'm assuming it means stand beside the cat. So we're going to find the cat. We're going to stand beside of it. I'm just looking around to see if there's anything on the ground now. If there is anything, I really need to collect it. I don't have a whole lot of... Here's a cat. I don't have a whole lot of stuff, so any bait or whatever is going to help. And again, I'm just using the rods that came with the DLC pretty much. I do like that this is easier to cast than... It's easier to cast accurately, I think, than the angler. So yeah, we'll just cross my lines like crazy here. Be alright. Alright, well, that didn't take long. I'm using a bottom rod and the float rod because that's all I really have. Other than that, it's just really weak rods. Okay, cool. So there's the first one. Yeah, I just have really weak rods. I don't really have much of anything. I think I started this at level 9. I don't even know what level I am now. I don't know. I don't know if I'm level 9 or level 10 or... Hopefully we can get some levels out of this. See, it's just a waiting game. And we're back on the bottom one. Alright, it looks like it's going to go pretty fast at least. Hopefully this is another... It's kind of fighting decent, so I think it might be. No, it's a young common carp. That's my personal best record, if that says anything about how much I played. I'll throw this back out here. I've kind of noticed that for some reason when you put the rod down, it pretty much just jerks the bobber back to you. One hundred again. This seems really quick. Like, this seems way faster than I expected. No, that's another one. So there's 2. Thank God it is faster than I expected because we need 15. Yeah. I don't know if this cat moves. I think it might. Otherwise, why would it say to stay within it? I don't know. We'll see if it moves when it moves, and we'll just move accordingly if it does. So. Alright, cool. So I can catch fish on this too. It's another Persian carp. I have to say that's a little sketchy. You can catch other types of fish on your special bait See, that just jerks that bobber out of the water. You can catch normal fish on your event bait, which I think the event bait costs bait coins instead of just like being able to buy it again. So you're kind of being forced to spend bait coins or I think real money on more bait. So not a huge fan of that, but we don't actually need more. Another bite on this one. We don't actually need more, it's not a big deal. Hopefully we don't have too many instances of needing. I have no idea what this is, it's not really fighting at all. This rod's kind of beefy though, so that's another one. So yeah, I don't really have a ton of rods that I don't have a ton of rods to pick from, so the rods that I do have are either super light or they are so insanely beefy that I can pretty much just horse whatever I wanted in. I actually need to get another way. I need to get some bottom rods in real life because I do not have any. Like a catfish rod or something, I don't have any at all, so I need to get one for when we decide to fish the river. So I can at least throw something bigger. Yeah, all the rods that I have right now are mostly like light creek rods, which I mean that works. I fish creeks more than anything, but I do need something a little bit beefier. Get like a 5,000 size reel, and oh, there was a fish on that. Yeah, I get like a 5,000 size reel and a decent catfish rod. It would be pretty nice. I'm moving again. I've noticed this game does this. This might be another one. It's like you automatically walk, and I don't know if that's my controller being weird or if it's because I have my controller set up for Call of Duty. And what is this? Silver Broom. But yeah, it might be because it's set up for Call of Duty, and I basically have my movement just to where if I barely touch the stick, it moves. And I don't. The profile I have on my controller is kind of a little aggressive for games like this, I think. I've actually considered doing Call of Duty content as well, but Call of Duty is one of those games that it's not really. I don't know. It's a good game. It's just my cat moved. Let's see if there's anything in this. But yeah, it's a game that I enjoy playing, but it's also a game that gets very repetitive and very boring. Because once you actually do like the grinding aspect, you grind the camo. Once you do that, there's really nothing to do. Like, you just play. For me, I play multiplayer. I don't play search and destroy. It's not that I don't like it. I used to play SOCOM a lot, and SOCOM was fun and team based, but everybody that I know that plays Call of Duty just get mad over the dumbest things, and my voice broke there. But they get mad over the dumbest things, and it just kind of ruins it. I feel like Call of Duty is just super toxic with other people. I'm more of a fan of just kicking back and playing multiplayer. Get another bite. Probably shouldn't have pulled that so quick, but it's another Prussian carp. Not the one I'm looking for, though. I actually did buy some bobbers, some decent bobbers that for night fishing and low light fishing, which it's a little skeleton. I need to grab this other rod. Okay, chill. Yeah, I bought some bobbers for night fishing because when we do go fishing, we tend to fish later in the evening. Well, we usually go from morning until evening, fishing trips and stuff. And it just helps to have a bobber I can actually see. Otherwise, we're just chilling there and you can't see anything. So you don't know if anything bites or not. You just kind of wing it. I'd actually like to get a rod pod for fishing in general. I think it might be useful. Not really that common here though. Not that I've seen. I don't think everybody just uses sticks. Which I do have like a single rod holder that I typically carry with me. I just don't ever use it. I actually have one on my bag as well if I needed it, but again, I don't use it. I feel like this Halloween event kind of fits the theme of the channel. I ended up basically made this channel for ghost hunting initially because I was getting into it. I just needed something to upload the videos to. People were wanting to see like what went on the hunts and stuff, and it's usually nothing. It's usually nothing too interesting. At least I don't. Not the type of person that claims demon every time, but I've had enough just weird things happen there that I think it'd be interesting to start uploading to this channel. It just takes so long. Because like if I want to do this, I can sit down and I can record for 30 minutes, an hour, or whatever, and it's not a big deal. And I can edit it really quickly, and content like this doesn't need a ton of edits anyway. But on a ghost hunt, you're looking at anywhere from 4 to 5 to 6 hours of video, and that's assuming I only use one camera, which I typically do, but then you have to go through and you have to sit and watch all of it, figure out if something happened, if something didn't happen, if you can cut something, if you don't want to cut something. It's a lot. So, I mean, you can understand it's something I don't really want to record or edit too much. It's just, it takes a long time. And unfortunately, this month, or this fall, pretty much the entire fall, I barely had time. I've had so much going on in real life, and it's just difficult to sit down and edit anything that takes too much time. And like even fishing videos, which I wanted to do a lot of on this channel, it's kind of exhausting. Like it's difficult because I am a full-time student right now, and it won't be for too much longer, thankfully, but it does take up too much of my time and responsibilities, you know. Um, so far, I've maintained a 4.0, so I think one more semester and it'll be done, hopefully. I shouldn't have to go for another after spring, and I will just be done and close that chapter. So I don't think I'm going back to school for anything ever again. Um, I don't mind it, but yeah, it's just too much. Education, I think, is important, but at the same time, especially undergrad was terrible. Undergrad was horrible. Graduate's not been too bad. Uh, I've heard a lot of people say that. Just graduate is way easier. It's less of a time like a constraint, I guess you'd say. It's less wouldn't even say it's less effort. It's still a lot of effort. It's just less time that you have to dedicate to everything. Like they actually assume that you have a job and you're not responsible for just all these little things that undergrad seems to assume that you could just do. And I think for me, I was spending like 30 hours a week on undergrad classes. I had to have four a semester anyway, and it was like 4 or 5 a semester, and it was just too much. It might have been, I don't know, 3 or 4. I think once I did more, but it took up so much time. I barely slept. I felt like I was working and then eating in between working and getting home, and then once I got home, it was just homework, shower, bed, and that was it. It just it eats at you. It takes a lot out of you. So I'm glad I'm almost done with school in general. But yeah, this spring hopefully I don't know too much about spring. I might not be able to fish too much in spring because I do have to take 3 courses again. But summer, late spring, I guess, and summer, I will be able to fish because I will not have anything else to do after work. I will just work and fish and hopefully record videos. Take this a little bit more seriously. So yeah, I gotta move again. But yeah, hopefully I can take YouTube a bit more seriously and put a lot more time into it. Because right now it's all in my mind, but it's more of an afterthought. I want to be consistent so the channel does grow, even if it only grows a little bit for now. And then we will worry about more, like more content, more consistent content, and everything else as soon as I have time for it. And hopefully better content because I don't have a whole lot of time to film and edit. And, obviously I'm playing a game right now, so it takes less time, but at the same time, it still takes more, like a lot of time. So I need to remember to use the little, like the D-pad to pick up and put down rods. Yeah, another thing is kayaking. I want to get into kayaking this year, coming in 2024, basically. Um, I do want to get into kayaking and kayak fishing, and hopefully deck out the kayak with a few things because it's very bare bones right now. I didn't put anything on it, but um, the hooks to pull the seat up. That was it. I haven't actually added anything else, but I'd like to add like a fish finder, even a small one, basic one, and like rod holders, stuff like that. I don't even have a cargo thing for it yet. I bought it kind of late in the year. I was more concerned with getting that out of the way, just because it's more annoying. I don't need a truck or anything to go pick up kayak accessories. I just need it for the kayak itself. So, which I don't currently have. So for me, it was more important to get it out of the way, get it here, and worry about decking it out after. I have well, a little bit more money, thanks school. But yeah, hopefully we can get those started in probably spring or summer next year. I think it'd be fun. Yeah, basically the theme is there's going to be a lot of stuff happening in 2024, hopefully. And we gotta move again. There's more pumpkins. We'll see what's in there. Yeah, another thing is I need to add more storage to this computer. So, actually, I had to buy a screwdriver for it because I lost my screwdriver. And the screwdrivers I have are so tiny. Hopefully, this is the last spot. I only need 3 more. So. Oh my god. See, that's what I was talking about. You put it down and it just yeets the bobber back at you. I don't know if that's visual, but I'm assuming it's probably not visual. So I'm casting it back out every time. Yeah, one thing I think could be fun is something that's very much outside my comfort zone is if I buy a catfish rod and go to the river and just see if I can catch anything decent size. I know there's 40, 50-pound catfish down there, so I definitely don't want to be catching them on an ultralight or light. My heaviest rod at the moment is a medium heavy, which honestly I think it'd be fun, but I don't even have a line that could handle a 40-pound fish, to be honest with you. I have like, I think, actually I have 30-pound line, I guess. I don't have 30-pound leader, but I have 30-pound line. Okay, when this game, like, when you catch a fish, it seems like you catch a fish on everything. The game just throws them at you. So you got bells going off and everything. Yeah, I was actually looking up carp and catfish, like rod pods, and I saw some that have the bite alarm on them that aren't terribly expensive, and I think that would actually be really nice for the river, which people literally just don't use them here, and I don't know why. They just stand on the bank or they prop the rod up against the railing at the hydro. So yeah, it's just like I feel like a rod pod would be so much more useful. I only got $100 or so, so I might try to find one with a bite alarm. And if we do actually start fishing at the river more often, we'd probably go for that. All right, we need one more. Hopefully that is not going to take too long. Our bobber just went under, so. This is a decent fish, so this might be it. Yeah, cool. And we have another one. Why didn't that count? Was that not a... That was a ghost carp, right? Am I crazy? I don't know. It didn't seem to count, so. And that's not one. Was the other one not one? I I don't know. I thought it was. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. It's whatever. I don't really know if I need to cast. It might be alright just to use this. The way this dude swings around that bobber, like there's no chance he doesn't hook himself if this was real life. Is this one? Whatever. Try again. Another bottom bite. I can't even tell with this rod. Okay, there it is. I was say I can't tell with this rod. It's so freaking big and heavy that these little fish are not going to bend it enough. Okay, cool. So we need to go back to... No, we need to get the witch's broom. I feel like there's probably a better way to put that away. Go to the gazebo. This one? Yeah. There's an awful lot of dead cats around here, that's all I'm saying. Okay, so now we need to go back to Lone Star. Yes, I hit the wrong button. Probably every time. 302 experience, a little over 1,000 credits, right? That was actually kind of terrible for the amount of time it took, but whatever. So, 1,100 credits. We're still level 9, we're almost level 10, so maybe that'll pick up later. Because I'm kind of hoping once we get to, I think level 22 is the most expensive, or the most highest end location that you need for Halloween. So I'm hoping we can hit 22 by the time we get there. I don't really know what to expect here. That is quite a few levels, so we'll have to see there. Alright, I need to put this rod away. So, this way. There's a witch up here, I know. There it is. Alright, so we need to take this to the stone, figure out what the next mission is, and then figure out how we are going to catch those fish with what I have. So, ancient fish pendant, will-o'-the-wisps. Sense of the second seal, ancient fish pendant better, phantom fish at night. So we have to go to the river and catch fish. So, what am I catching? Bass, rainbow slug, bearing beetle larva, and that's it. So we need to catch 12 bass. I have no idea how long it's going to take, but we'll see. I really think you should get some experience and some credits for turning that in. I feel like that could probably make it a lot better, but yeah, next time we have to go to the whatever river. I've already forgotten the name of it. We have to go to the river, catch some bass, and I need to figure out what lures that's even saying to use. So yeah, if you want to see the next one, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.